ServiceNode.work can connect directly to your Google Calendar, making adding and adjusting scheduled service times and technician assignments extremely fast and easy. You can also share specific calendars with your field personnel so they can see everything that is assigned to them from their calendar and not all the stuff that you may not want them to see. Let me start by showing you how this calendar connection works, and then I will show you how to get your system connected properly. When a job is created, the appointment will be automatically added to the assigned technician's calendar. If the appointment or assigned tech is changed in the ServiceNode.work system, the Google Calendar appointment will also reflect this change. Additionally, if an appointment is changed in the Google Calendar, the ServiceNode appointment or tech assignment will also be altered. To change who is assigned a job, click on the appointment, click on the small pencil icon to edit the appointment, choose what team member you would like to move the assignment to, here next to the small calendar icon, and click Save. I've noticed there can be a delay of a few minutes in viewing and updating appointments when using the Google Calendar app, so I would recommend sticking with the website, which is nearly instant, but if you do use the app, just keep that in mind. Personally, I use the calendar in conjunction with the Today's Service page to view job locations and tech assignments and work out an efficient route that makes sense. You can also use this method to organize arrival timeframes that are realistic, which is going to make your customers happy. At the end of this video, I will organize a small group of jobs as an example so you can see this whole thing in action. Before you click the Connect switch to connect your calendar, let's check your time zone setting. Under the Settings menu in the Google Calendar, select your time zone. If this is set correctly, ServiceNode will connect properly and everything should work great. If not, you'll probably be on Universal Time, which may cause some conflicts. Let's start by connecting your Google account. If you have multiple Google accounts, connect to the one that you would like to use for scheduling. If you're using Google for ServiceNode login, this can be an alternate account. However, I would recommend sticking with the same one that you use for login, just for ease of use. After you connect, ServiceNode will create a new subcalendar for every team member you have created in the ServiceNode system that can be assigned fieldwork. As your company grows, when you add team members, a new subcalendar will be made after they verify their email address. After the connection has been established and the subcalendar is created, I would recommend altering the calendar colors to match up with the map markers in ServiceNode to make things easier to understand at a glance. As the company administrator, you can view all assigned jobs. This can become a bit overwhelming if you have a large team. The view can be simplified by selecting which subcalendars you want to view at a given time. Any adjustments made to the calendar, such as time, date, or tech assignment, will update automatically in ServiceNode. This method is a quick way to make mass appointment adjustments, such as working out a day's route. Now let's talk about getting your team in the loop. This is the desktop view of the Google Calendar website. Some of these views and link locations may be slightly different if you're trying to use the Google Calendar app. To share a calendar with a team member, click on the 3 vertical dots next to the subcalendar with their username and select Settings and Sharing. Do not rename this subcalendar, keep it the same as the username. If you scroll down a little more, you will see Share with Specific People. Click the Add People button. Enter the team member's email. Next, you can choose what level of access you would like them to have to this calendar. I would recommend make changes to events because they will be able to do this through the ServiceNode interface for their jobs. This setting only applies to jobs that they are assigned. If you choose See All Event Details, they will not be able to adjust time and dates for appointments that are given to them through the calendar. Once you have that set, select Send. They will receive an email from Google saying that you want to share a calendar called whatever their username is. When they click on Add this calendar, they will be taken to their calendar and again prompted to add the calendar. Now they will be able to see any work that is assigned to them from their calendar. The most common issue companies encounter with this system is time zone conflicts, which usually arise from this time zone setting. Just make sure that the calendar is set to the same time zone as your company's primary calendar and you should be good to go. As I said before, your field staff will only be able to see the jobs that have been assigned to them. So if the team member is an office staff member that is routing jobs for multiple technicians, you may want to share all of the field tech's calendars with that person. That idea will become more clear as we go forward. Stay with me for just one more minute while I work through a disorganized day so you can see what I mean. I will be moving back and forth between the Today's Service page on ServiceNode.work and the calendar interface. Pay attention to the tech assignments and times on the service page. Each time the page is refreshed, any changes from the calendar will be updated. Okay, so let's start with the Today's Service page. And we have all these jobs, and we can kind of see that it's pretty well organized, but there's obviously a few out of place. If I go to the Google Calendar interface, let's start with shifting some of these around. So we're going to give this one first. We're going to update the job, and we're going to shift that over to Thomas and save. And we'll go back to today. And we will see that that has been altered to Thomas. And we're also going to want to change John Doe to Nicola. So we'll click into here, and we'll do it from the Google Calendar side. And save. And we will refresh this page. And now you can see that we kind of have them grouped a little bit better. So now it would be timing. So let's start with Nicola. We'll turn these other ones off so it's a little bit easier to look at. And we will start over here with Marilyn Monroe, and then we'll go to John Doe, and then we'll go to Colonial. So let's start with Marilyn, and then we'll go to John, and then we'll go to Colonial. And the other two are pretty close to each other, so I'm not going to get too picky on that. We'll just move these down. Something like that. Now, if we go to the Today's Service page, you'll see we just adjusted Nicola's, and before they were all set 8 to 5. If I refresh the page, all those time frames has been updated to correspond with what we see in the calendar. Okay, so let's click that off, and we will go to Thomas. And let's say with him, he's going to start over here with John, and then go to the Property Management Company, and then go to Rosa. So he's going to start with John, and then the Property Management Company. And Rosa had 2 appliances. So we're going to move her down into a little larger block. And then go over here to Praxis, and then he'll loop back up to Winston. So Praxis, I want to give a little more of a gap. It's later in the day. Stuff could have happened. And Winston. So that's looking pretty good. We go back to Today's Service. We have Thomas's calls here, and we refresh the page. And all those times are corresponding. So now it's a pretty decent route. And so that is the Google Calendar integration with ServiceNow.work. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and I hope you're excited about this system. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'd be happy to talk with you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.